Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead, and I have a new pantry pull meal for you today. It's called Rumbledethumps, and it's from Scotland, and I'm Canadianizing it, so don't anybody Scottish come and tell me that's not what it is. You're going to need potatoes, onions, cabbage, cheddar, and bacon. Now, I don't have any fresh cabbage, but in here I got about 1.5 cups of dehydrated, the last of my dehydrated shredded cabbage. If you're using fresh, you're going to want about 3 cups of fresh shredded cabbage. Now here, folks, I have about 4 peeled and rinsed and cut up potatoes. We're going to want these for our mash. Now, Rumbledethumps is basically bubble and squeak but baked, and we're going to add but it's not leftovers, okay? But you could use leftovers. You could use instant mashed potatoes. This is optional. These are green onions and a hunk of butter here. I'm going to put a knob of butter in there. A knob is anywhere between a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. And then I'm going to put some milk in here. Now we only want just enough milk to make our mashed potatoes. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on low, and we're going to just let the butter and the milk get infused with the onion flavor. Okay? I gotta go chop some onions. Alrighty, we're gonna move our potatoes to the back burner. We're gonna get out our skillet here. Now, yes, this is a baked dinner, but you know, you want to cook and prep. You can do this with leftover mashed potatoes and even leftover cabbage if you want. Now, I'm just going to get this butter going because yes, it's a butter meal. You use what you want. So here's my cabbage, and it's now nice and squeaky and just like cabbage, although it seems to be partially cooked. Now I'm turning my potatoes on because I want my potatoes to cook. All right. I'm just going to put my onions in here. I've got 2 diced onions. I diced them off camera, folks, just to save time. And we're going to get these cooking a little bit in the butter. Some pepper on there. Keep my face back so that the steam doesn't throw pepper in my nose and have me sneezing all over the place. And now we're just going to drop our cabbage in there. Now, this is not going to have to cook long. Why? A, it's getting cooked in the oven, and B, the cabbage is not raw. It's been dehydrated and rehydrated, so it's partially cooked already. So we're just going to put these on here. And I'm just going to put the lid on, and I'm going to turn this down to between medium and low so that they can just simmer away, and my potatoes are already on. And my milk and my green onions and butter is over here on a burner on medium. Now our potatoes are fork tender. I'm going to turn the heat up, and I'm going to drain these, and then we're going to dry them, and I'm going to show you how. Now before we mash them, okay, I'm just going to put them on the heat for a few minutes and kind of cook off that extra water. Just give them a stir here and there. I'm trying this recipe. It's new. Now I have a nicely buttered casserole dish here. This is a new recipe I'm trying because I will be growing. Now look at those potatoes. Aren't they nice and fluffy? So this over here. Into our potatoes. Now you don't want these wet. You don't want these potatoes wet. So we're just going to take our infused milk and green onions, and we're just going to pour that in to our potatoes. the butter and the green onions. You don't have to add this, it just makes it, you know, gives it even, levels up the flavor. Now we're just going to mash these, but we're not going to make them, we want chunks, okay? We want chunks. Now, I'm going to take half of my cabbage and onions and drop them in there. Okay. Let's do it all. Let's just do it all. Save a step. And now, well, my potatoes were a little soft, but you want to be able to have chunks of potato. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. Now, we've got some grated cheddar. Just what I had in the fridge. I'm not going crazy on anything here. And we're going to put half of our Rumbledethumps in here. I think my potatoes are a little bit on the soft side, but that is okay. And we're going to shake some cheddar cheese on there that I grated. Just a little bit. I don't know, it's about a cup of grated cheddar. You can use more. This is basically a Scottish comfort food. And then we're going to put the rest of our Rumbledethumps on top. And we're just going to kind of fluff it. You want it nice and fluffy. Then on goes the rest of the cheese. You can do more. I'm just using what I have. Pepper. Now, yeah, where's the meat? Now this, you can bake this as a side dish or as a meal, and I'm doing this as a meal. Here is a ½ pound of steakin', it's bacon, and this is $2 worth of bacon because the package was $4. And I'm just gonna do that. And then I'm just gonna, and it's ready for the oven. We're gonna bake this at 350 degrees. All right, folks, let's check on our Rumbledethumps. Oh, I think we got a little bit of extra grease from the bacon. But, I'm gonna let this set for a few minutes. Actually, maybe I can get some of that grease off. See if I can't pour some of this. Now, like I said, this, I've never tried this before. And the video I saw, he said, go ahead, add bacon or ham or whatever. So let's just see what Papa has to think. This is like a cross between Bubble and Squeak and macaroni and cheese casserole. So, let's start taking some of this bacon off of here. Oh, look at that. Now, la-dee-da. I think Daddy's going to want more of that. And apparently this Rumbledethump, I don't know if the cheese is authentic, and I don't know if the bacon's authentic, but the cabbage and the onions and the mashed potatoes are, and apparently this is good Scottish comfort food. So let's take this, pepper this, and take this to Father and see what he has to say. All right. Well, you measured the roof.
I'm going to have to remeasure it.
Now watch that. That's really hot. This is called Rumbledethumps. It's cabbage and potatoes and onions and cheese and butter and...
Get.
Gracie, mind your man. Hey.
Get.
Oh, you are being bold tonight. Watch it. It's hot.
Get. Oh, I'm gonna...
He's not gonna share.
Pull your ears.
Hot.
You should know better. Putting me on camera.
You you should know better than to not expect hot.
Hot. Hot, hot, hot.
Rumbledethumps. The potatoes should have been a little bit drier, less mushy, more chunky. But I might try it next time with canned potatoes. Green onions, white onions, cheese, cabbage, potatoes, and bacon.
It's very tasty.
That whole
If it was
meal.
a little cooler, I could eat it.
Okay, well, let it cool down. That whole meal for both of us
Yep.
cost $5.
The bacon was probably the most expensive.
Yeah, it was $2. And so was the green onions.
You'll
but-
get some after.
Let,
Yeah.
Daddy's got to let it cool down. Oh, yeah, give it a little piece of bacon. This is the Mrs. Wolfie. Yeah, don't look at my hair. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, Rumbledethump. Papa approved. And a meal under $5. Take care. God bless.